Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So, as you might gather, it's trying to snow. It's absolutely freezing, but why wouldn't we be doing something else as stupid as fitting an EV charger while it's snowing? So, if you're new to the channel and you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you hit the link in one of the corners. Not sure which one it is. I always get it wrong. One of these, that one, whatever one it is. So today, we're going to be fitting a Zappy, but it's a bit different. So I've not actually done it this way yet, but it's probably going to change the way that perhaps you think about how you're going to go about doing your installs moving forward. So that being said, let's get all set up and let's talk you through the job. Right, it is snowing, so it's a brand new build and we have got a tiny little meter cupboard. Now what you might find is on quite a few of the installations which you've probably been out and seen before, is that you'll see a lot of people sticking switch gear and bits and bobs inside the meter cupboard, and we all know that you have to have the written permission from the D&O, and I challenge you to send a copy to me to say that you have been authorised to do that, because you're not allowed to. So that being said, how do we get over that? So the job, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be fitting this little bad boy. So this is a BG metal consumer unit, which is IP rated, designed specifically to be fitting on the outside of the meter cupboard. Now, what I think is really cool about this is actually the colour of it. So I have had to wait quite a while to get one of these because there's been a little bit of a delay, so it's been a bit frustrating trying to sort that out. But I finally got my hands on it literally half an hour ago. So the idea is that this is going to match up with my black Zappy, which I've got, which is the trim for that. So as you can see, pretty damn close. So the idea is it's going to be a nice, neat install on the outside. So we're going to bring you in for a bit of a closer look of what is going on in here, what my plan is, and how we're going to go about doing it. So what we have here is a TNCS system. It's a typical new build. We've got a 100 amp supply, which is ideal, absolutely perfect for the installation. We've also got to make sure that we're not on a looped supply. So if you don't know what a loop supply is, what normally happens is you'll have a cable coming in and another cable coming back out. Now, I recently have priced a job up for that, where I've actually come across the loop supply. It's the first one that I've actually came out to quote for, and we're in talks obviously now with the D&O, and it's all being processed. So their view is if you have a loop supply and it's in conjunction with you fitting an EV charger, they will come out and unloop that supply for free. Okay, so there's a lot of forms to fill in and a lot of information that needs to be given, but they've also said that I can fit the EV charger once I filled all the forms in while it's still on a loop supply. That's what they've said, that's what I go with. So here we've also got, we're quite lucky, so obviously on new builds and stuff, they're quite good like this anyway. So they put a mains isolator on. So the idea is I'm going to fit like a Henley block, probably here. I'll move this tag down out the way. And the idea is I'm going to put a bit of Copex on the bottom. Let's angle that down. So there's going to be a bit of Copex coming out of the bottom here. Missing this like plinth course. Is that what you call it, Lou? Plinth course? Something like that. And then we're going to mount this consumer unit. Is going to go sort of like here. That's what I was thinking. And then the Zappy is literally going to go just around here somewhere like that, just above me up here. So it is absolutely freezing. I'm going to be honest, I'm freezing cold. So I am going to absolutely plough through this job and get myself set up. There's something just to bear in mind that I've done before and I've forgotten to do, and I had to take it back off. So if you're new to fitting Zappies, it also comes with like the cable trim, which is that. Fit that on first. Don't be an idiot like I did the first time I fitted Zappies. I forgot to put that on first and I had to take it back off, and it was massively annoying. So make sure you fit that. Because we're probably going to have to drill these out. So on, you know, the bag, the Vito bag, we're probably going to need, if you grab one of these, so if you close one of those up, I need the hole saw that's the same size as that. That's the one. Oh, it's too cold, isn't it?
Oh, it's goalkeeper. Especially really bad.
I know. Okay. Yeah. So if I have just chuck us the mark. Oh, I just need the level. So I've completely moved it. Okay, so the weather is closing in fairness. So it's getting pretty rough now, as you can probably tell. So my patience is wearing pretty thin, isn't it, Lou? Because it is so cold, I've struggled getting these glands on because it's so cold that they've snapped. So I've gone through 3 or 4 of those, which has set the old patience going. So we've got the Zappy mounted now. We're using 16mm tails. I don't need anything bigger than 16 for this. So you might notice, you see that I've got inside here, we've got these weatherproof caps going on. Because of this gland here, I can't quite get that on without a bit more fettling. So we're going to actually put some silicone in this one as well. So that will take care of that, so I don't have to worry about those. But this board is actually brilliant. So it's got actually the weather seal all the way around it. So as long as you're using these and sealing all this up, absolutely bang on. So we're now going to start installing, terminating the Ultra EV. So if you don't know what that is, so inside here I've got 3 6mm cores of cable, and inside there I've actually got like a Cat 5, Cat 6 cable that will then do my CT clamp for the monitoring. But it is snowing, it's coming down pretty hard, and it is absolutely freezing. So we're going to terminate this and then get the cover on, because everything's getting wet. Right, because the cable is so cold as well, is that it doesn't peel off very well, which is another brilliant thing. Oh, Jesus. You chuck us some pliers, mate. Just on there. They're the ones. So the idea is you're supposed to be able to pull that, and then that will de-sheath the cable. Well, I tell you now, not today. Lou knows my patience wears pretty thin. So anybody who knows me, when I'm cold, I don't like it, and I get pretty mardy. You can give it a go if you want. Just don't rip that off the wall.
It's coming.
There you go. See, when I do all the editing, it will just look like I'm massive, and I've just pulled that all on my own, because that's just how huge I am these days. Yeah, the heating in the van is a good shout, that is. I should give that. Is definitely going on. Everything's going on. So one of the other tools that I've picked up, and I like a good knife, to be fair, but there's actually that one from Klein. I use that so much more than what I actually thought I would, and because I do like a bit of a gadget, but in fairness, it's absolutely wicked, and I use it for everything. So hopefully, if you are in the market for a knife for work, then I would highly recommend it. So what we need to do with these is get the bootlace ferrules on. Bear with. Right, so I'd love one if you don't mind. Yeah. That'd be amazing, thank you.
Cheers.
I know, no, we're...
Sit in like the kitchen and warm up a bit.
Oh, lovely, thank you. Okay, so bootlace ferrules are basically those. So if you're not sure, you have to fit these for the Zappies. It's a requirement because you've got multi-strand cable. You have to fit them. It's like you say, Y Energy are quite strict on the rules of how they want things doing. An abrupt end. This video might end with me being full Mardy mode. Okay, so you only need to use one pair in here. What some people have done before is that they've doubled them up, and that's something that you shouldn't be doing. You don't need to double them up. So that's for your CT monitoring. Okay, so I don't know whether you can see that properly, but let's try and bring that in. So on here you've got obviously they're push fit terminals, so if you do need to take them out, you need to put your screwdriver in to release them, but you don't need to do that at the minute. So on here you've got CT1, CT2, CT3. So if you've got things like the you got solar and things like that, you need more monitoring clamps, that's where they'd go into. So what you need to try and remember is which end they've gone into. So if you've got a memory like a goldfish, like me, then just take a photo. 'Cause on there you've got a plus and a minus. You need to make sure they're in the right order when you put your CT clamp inside there.
Just hold that one, mate. Oh.
All right, massive customer points. I'm going to point you around to Lou so you can see. So, customer have just brought me and Lou out a cup of tea. I think just in the nick of time before I lose my temper, I'd say. I don't like being cold.
It's not stopping, is it?
No. So, because people working from home now as well, obviously we have to bear that in mind, because obviously people are, you know, can't have the power disturbed as well, which is fine. I completely understand that. So we're going to whack this cover on the Zappy, and then we're going to have our break as well at the same time. Yes, please. Okay, so as you saw from Lou, if you're using a impact driver, don't actually finish doing it up like that, because you're going to break it. Don't do that. So only just nip it up and then just finish it off by a classic hand job, you know, a classic hand job. Yeah, just chuck it all in. So we're going to dive in because it's freezing, and because we can't turn the power off, we're at a stage where we can probably dry the camera off and all. So Lou's getting blown away, so that's what we're up to. So see you after lunch. Right, I thought we'll just show you a little bit of our lunchtime insight. Oh, what's going on here? So basically with me and Lou, we're so chuffed now that they've actually made us a tea. We don't normally show this side of filming as such. So what me and Lou generally do now is we'll sit in the van and get warm. Hang on.
Oh yeah.
Heated seats. We'll get them on. And watch a bit of a series. And that's generally what we started to doing it, Lou, to be fair. Because it's so cold, and obviously I generally get really mardy when I'm cold. I always have done. I'm a bit of a I'm all right if I'm out, and if you're running, anything like that, I'm okay. But when I'm working, when I'm cold, I'm not the happiest chappy. So
you don't out the wind coming down.
Yeah, I mean, to give it in context, obviously it's a new build site, and the wind is literally just howling through. So there's no sort of let up with it, and obviously the snow, and all your kit's getting wet and all the rest of it. So, but yeah, so what we generally do, we sit in here and we get nice and cosy and watch a series. So at the minute we're watching Clarkson's Farm Series 2, so we're smashing through that. So yeah, just thought I'd give you a little insight to our lunch. But on that note, better get eating, and we'll catch you back outside in the snow. Hi guys, right, so the last clip that you saw, me and Lou were absolutely freezing in there because it was snowing. It was horrendous, really bad. So we're actually back to this job. We've got another sort of little thing to do. So since we've left, so we installed all the Zappy. You might have seen if you followed us on Instagram. Like I say, the link's in the description below. So since we've left, the clients have had the solar fitted, so that's all been sorted. Now obviously in hindsight, we were joking with the customer this morning, in hindsight they've actually fitted this massive IP rated box for that little board. So we could have technically not gone to all the trouble of having all the special order on for that and fitted that in there, but you know, it was there, we were here first, and that was what it is. So what we've actually been back here today to do, which was always in talks anyway of sorting out, is actually we've put a new CT clamp on, so we can now monitor what charge rate it's happening from the PV, oh gone mental now, the PV actually down to the Zappy, and that's what we've come back for today to do. So I'll quickly run through that with you just so you know, and yeah, so I thought a little update of what's happened. Right, so I was going to show you that, but with Lou's just, so you see that little bad boy? Like some weird bug, not entirely sure what that is, but Lou saved it, so there you go. So what they've done, they've installed this in here, so we're all good on that front. So you've got obviously your main switch, your MCB that powers up the inverter, which is actually in the loft, and then you've got obviously a metering device on here. So what we've done, we've added in this additional CT clamp here, so we've added that in, brought it round, and then brought it back up into the Zappi. So if you can see that now, hopefully you can see that clearly enough. I'll try and zoom that in. I don't know whether you're going to be able to see that. Let's try and sort this out a different angle. Hold on. Okay, so hopefully you can see that a bit better. So what you've got there, you can see on it, you've got your grid, where it's saying it's taking it in from the grid, and it's also bringing it in from the PV on that side. Look, there you go, that's a little bit better. So on there, it's showing you what charging rate is each one's doing. So the grid is doing 1.7 kilowatts, and as it's a very overcast day at the minute, we have got 0.4 kilowatts from the solar. And that's basically where we're at. So, like I say, that's basically where we're at. So obviously on the charger now, we've got, so the app kicked in straight away. So what I had to do is alter the settings to let it know that there's an additional CT clamp and what's it actually for. And as soon as I've done that, the client's looked straight on his app and he can see straight away what's happening on that. So like I say, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I know it's been a little bit disjointed, but it was better than losing the whole video. The other thing I want to just point out is actually on the on this charger that we've actually fitted, I'm actually really impressed with it. It's a nice install, like I say, with the BG. I know people have called BG and stuff before, but in fairness, on these small boards, it's actually class, and it just looks a lot smarter. But obviously, hindsight's a wonderful thing, and like I say, we could move it and put it all in there if it really bugs the client, but I don't think we're going to be doing that. So hopefully, if you have subscribed, thank you very much. And if you haven't, please make sure you do so, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers. Take care, guys.